Hi, it's me, Daphne, and welcome to today's video where I'm going to talk to you about the books I hope to read in August. I'm filming this on August 7th. I've already finished a couple things, a short book and like a 500+ page book. I think I'll mention the longer one, but just know that I already finished it. But I'm not going to go into my thoughts in it. In this video, I'll talk about it in my wrap up. But let's just dive in. I have a lot of books that I hope to read and finish and start and move on with my life with. So we'll see how August progresses. I have been slumpy. It's the summer slump. There's just something about the summer. And my friend Sam also posted a video where she was like, summer, she didn't call it slump, she called it something else. Summer, am I obsessed with Sam? Yes, I talk about her constantly. Summer funk, she called it a summer funk, and I'm gonna call it a summer slump because I've been in a reading slump for a little while. I'm still reading, but just not as voraciously. So let's just jump in. We're actually gonna start with the book that I finished, which was Hands Down by Mariana Zapata. That is the third to last book I needed to read to catch up with her entire backlist. So now I'm down to 2 left. I'm pretty sure that's right. And this really helped me get out of my slump. Oh my God, I was reading it so voraciously yesterday. And I'm really trying to not be phone addicted. So I'm trying to pick up books instead of my phone. Did I do that well today? No, because I haven't read a single page today. But hopefully I'm gonna change that tonight and get some reading done. Anyway, so yeah, Hands Down is a book about a older professional football player. He's a quarterback, he's 34, and he has been childhood friends with our heroine since she was 3 years old. They have a bit of an age gap. She's 7 years younger, so he's always seen her as a baby sister. And then something kind of happened when she was a teenager. She started to get a crush on him, and then they just kind of fell out of contact. They weren't talking anymore, and she was avoiding him, and this whole miscommunication thing. But 10 years later, they're forced to reconnect, and they're building their friendship back up again, and it's a friends to lovers, very excruciatingly slow burn romance. So that's a book I put on my TBR that I already finished. The next book I'm currently in the middle of, and it's The World We Make. This is the second book to The City We Became. Obviously, I love that book, and I did a whole beautiful, amazing, I'm so proud of it, vlog about it. This one is interesting. They've upped the stakes a bit, and it's cool to get to know some of the characters deeper. In the first book, it's a lot of intro to who they are, and it's so fun and all this stuff, but you're learning a lot more about our Manhattan character and his past, and I'm intrigued by that. And the characters are figuring out their powers more. The only thing about this that makes it hard to read, honestly, is that it's a little too realistic, okay? This was written in 2022, and we're obviously on Trump era too right now in life in 2025, and this is just too relevant still. It's just too relevant even 3 years later. You can't escape it, and just the white nationalism stuff going on in here that they have to fight against is just I'm just this is exhausting sometimes to have to live in. It feels I'm living in it when I watch the news. I'm trying to read for giggles, and this is just it just reminds me of all the terrible things. So I'm gonna finish it. It's really good. It's well written. It's still a cool world, and I want to know more. But yeah, sometimes I'm just oh God, I just want something cute and cuddly to forget my problems, you know? The next book I'll talk about is a book that I might not read, if I'm being honest. I wanted to do a buddy read with Sam and Eliza, and I'm should I try fantasy romance? Should I really dive in romantasy and give it a try? Because I've just been a contemporary girly for the most part this year. And I was the main issue I've been having is that they're series that are mostly incomplete. And I just don't want to do that. I really don't. So Sam said she heard of this standalone romantasy called Fairy Tale. So I downloaded that from Kindle Unlimited. I read a couple of the pages, I know Eliza started it too. I don't think Sam started it, so maybe I'll give that a try. It's giving Riverdale, but romantasy. And I know Riverdale has like crazy magical paranormal stuff. I don't know. That show is something else. I stopped watching maybe after like the second season, but I would keep watching YouTube reviews of the series because I was like, it was just too bizarre. Like it was entertaining to watch the summary. But yeah, I'm just feeling like Riverdale vibes from it, and we'll see how it goes. So maybe I'll pick it up. It's also really, really long. It's probably like 500 plus pages or something. So I don't really know that much about it, but that's on my radar. Then I have 2 commitments for book clubs. I have one that's like a solid commitment for my New York City Friends book club, and that is Parable of the Sower. I have to finish this towards the end of August. So I really want to pick this up soon, actually, because maybe I'll take this with me on my trip to California, which will be really fun. I'm visiting my friend Ruth. I'm going with Erica. Ruth just had her second baby, and I'm just so excited to meet her. So I have that, so maybe I'll bring this. Actually, no, I'm supposed to finish this book before my trip. I'm really excited about it. I think it's the perfect time to read it because it takes place for a bit in 2025, as you can see here. I think the first date is really 2024. Yeah, like earlier, a couple pages forward. It's 2024. This book was written in 1993. So this is Octavia E. Butler's version of the future back when she was in the 90s, talking about the 2020s and like how climate change was affecting society and all this stuff. And I've heard people say that this is like scary accurate in some cases. So I'm intrigued, but it's going to be like another case of like depressing reality where you're just like, I can't escape the shitty reality of the real world because I'm reading it in a book, even though it's fiction. But I am really, really excited. I hear amazing things about this book. It's a New York Times bestseller, apparently, and this will be my first Octavia E. Butler book. Yeah, I'm excited to see what her writing style is like. I think there's also a bit of a like religious aspect to it. Not super sure, but intrigued, very intrigued. It made me like, I'm just guessing, but I'm like, does she become kind of like a cult leader by accident like our main character? I don't know. Excited about that. Also nervous. And then my other commitment is a little bit lighter. This is actually for the book club I'm in with Erica and Ruth. We haven't like solidified a meeting date because a lot of the people in the book club, they're also like kind of busy because it's summer and stuff. So it might not happen super soon, but we have the 7-year slip for that book club. This is a book I recommended for us to read, but like I picked it up a few weeks ago. I'm on page 8 and I was just like so slumpy. I was just like not vibing the writing style. It was just too fluffy. She's literally like, the sun shines into my aunt's apartment in New York like the color of butter melting on pancake. Like, I'm like, bitch, can you just talk normal? Like, it was just like over the top, and I wasn't super in the mood for it when I picked it up because I've been in this weird slumpy kind of bitchy mood. But I do want to finish this because I'm gonna have to read it at some point, especially because it's my pick. I can't not read my own pick for the book club. All I know about this is that there's some kind of like time warping moment. So this woman, I think her name's Clementine, yeah, is staying in her aunt's apartment. I assume her aunt has passed. And whenever she's there, there's like a handsome dude is like living in the apartment, but he's from 7 years in the past somehow. And it's their romance. I really don't know how that's gonna work, like logistically, but I'm intrigued. And I do love time travel. I think time travel is so freaking interesting in sci-fi and books and just like, I think it's so cool. Except for The Time Traveler's Wife. I did try to read The Time Traveler's Wife and I was like, this is disgusting and creepy. But this is probably not ew because they're both adults. Then I have 2 books that I'm just gonna flash up because we already know I should have read these books. One of them, honestly, I think I'm like really tempted to DNF it. I'm like really tempted, okay? The one I'm tempted to DNF is gonna be on this side of the screen, okay? The other one I'm definitely gonna read and we've talked about a bunch. Will it be done in August? I don't know, but that would be ideal, but we're struggling right now. The only reason I'm not DNFing the book that's gonna pop up over here in a second is because my friend Sam, who I love dearly, loves this book. She was like crying over it in a vlog. I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Like I have that book too. And I'm just like not that entertained by it. I'm just like not. I'm just like honestly a wee bit bored. And also I think I find the main character a little bit unlikable. I just don't like her. I'm not rooting for her. I don't always agree with her decisions. So I really struggle with books where I don't connect with the main character. So here are those books. Okay, I'm not gonna say more, okay? Then the next two books I'm putting on the list purely for fun, okay? Purely for fun because, like I said, I'm in a slump and I just need things that I'm just like, this is what I'm in the mood for. The first one I'm gonna pop up. That is Gracie and the Grump. This is the second to last book I need to read to be all caught up on Mariana Zapata's backlist. This is a superhero slow burn romance from her. She's never written anything not contemporary up to this point. Yeah, I'm intrigued. I did read some reviews and people are like, the main character, the hero, the superhero guy is a real jerk. He's like really rude to her. And I get it, it's like Gracie and the Grump. So he's supposed to be like a grump, but like, how grumpy, you know what I mean? There's grumpy and then there's an asshole. He needs to be redeemable. Though I will say Underlock, oh, I still think about that book all the time. I'm tempted to put that on the list too, just to reread it because I just been thinking about that book constantly. And out of her books, I was checking the Goodreads reviews. Underlock does not have a high enough rating, okay, people? Like I know people are going to her for slow burn and that is not like her slow burn one. Like it's like slow burn for the first half and then it's kind of like jogging burn. For the rest of it, but I just love it so much. It's so good. I just want to read it again. So I'm a little distracted. But anyway, I don't know that much about it besides that he's a superhero and just something about the slow burn Mariana Zapata's. I'm just like, eating it up, which is great for a slump for me personally. And I love it when there's pining. I love pining. So hopefully there's some good pining in there. From the male character, I want to see the hints of him pining for her. That's what I love. I don't need to see the girl pining, but that was like a little bit how it was in Hands Down, where the girl was like pining constantly, like, okay, bitch, I get it, you want him. Let me see him pining for you. I feel like Mariana Zapata is a good slump killer for me. So excited for that. And then the last book I'm putting on here for giggles is My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry by Frederick Bachman, the author of Anxious People and A Man Called Ove. I recently read his short story called The Answer Is No, and I just love how heartfelt and silly and goofy his works are. So I really want to get to this. I picked this up in a little free library a while ago. I think this is a good one to pick up for a slump because I already know I really enjoy this author. It makes for a good reason to finally get to it. I don't really know that much about it. Let's see. It says, Elsa is 7 years old and different. Her grandmother is 77 years old and crazy, as in standing on the balcony firing paintball guns at strangers crazy. She's also Elsa's best friend and only friend. I know it's going to be so heartfelt and cute and probably sad and make me cry, but also laugh through the tears. So yeah, excited to read another one of his works. I haven't heard anybody talking about this one in particular, so maybe I'll be the first one to tell you if you should read it or not, which is probably yes. So those are all the books that I'm delusional enough to think I can read in August, but I'm definitely gonna read some of them. I'm hoping to get out of this slump. I'm feeling very positive about it. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't already. I would greatly appreciate it, and obviously it helps out my channel. And I will catch you in another video. Bye.